Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 8. It is the final episode today of ASKA and this playthrough. We're going to fight the main boss today, and depending on how time goes as well, we've got the invasion starting in 9 days. So as you can see from the last video, there's been about a 10 or so day gap, and all I have done in this space is I've just been upgrading the buildings, grinding some resources, and just getting things finished. Now, even after all of that work, things are still not finished, as you can see. So let's just have a quick run through and look at the base and see everything before we head out. So we've got our main gate in, we've got our 2 watchtowers, we've got our healing hut. Over here we've got our proud chieftain house. We've got our barracks, which we are upgrading here. And then behind it we've got our archery, which we are also upgrading. Up in the corner here, we have got ourselves a hedge tower. Now the hedge tower, we cannot upgrade it or do anything to it. It is just there as it is. But you can see 2 people can come and stand on here, and it gives them a good firing position. And that sits just within the fence, which we're still working on at the moment. So with the fence being upgraded and working on that, we come back down to the main entrance, and we'll go to the other side. Now on here we have the market, which we're still working on upgrading. We still haven't put out our lanterns. We've got those as well. And behind that we have the armorer, or the armor smith, which we're also upgrading. Coming down here we've got the coal maker, which is still being upgraded. We've gone for the tier 3 on this workshop, which will allow us for our fabric and our leather producer. We've then got an upgraded bloomery. That allows us for this metal workshop, which is the metal worksmith and the carpenter. These have all been upgraded. So if we look at these now, you'll be able to see nothing can be upgraded here. It's all been done. That means we have an upgraded metalsmith, which gives us the tinker's table. And the tinker's table allows us to work on anything with a blue background. We can put it in here. We'll learn it. And that just means that if we come to craft something, and we scroll down on this list here, you'll start to see these items. You can see this one here. Knowledge of this is at 6%. So we can go through our tier 4 items, our final items of the game. Everything else can currently be crafted. We've unlocked all of the items that we need. We've got 2 farms that are currently being upgraded. Most of them now, we have 1 field of flax because we don't need that much flax anymore. We have a field of healing, which is going on here, which, by the way, we can gather these now. This is going to be all of our onions. So we're going to go ahead and do our onions. What we've also done with this is we've stopped the ability for the kitchen to be able to use this. So in the kitchen here, if we view tasks, we no longer have onions as part of the food that goes out. We're also upgrading the kitchen. We have a second kitchen that we're in the process of building, so we can have 2 kitchens, just so we know we've got enough food. We've got some food with us as well, so we'll just take some of that. Just so we can eat when we go out, so we're all good. Upgraded hunter's hut. And so we've got that as well with everything in it. Sorry, no, we haven't upgraded that. We're doing that as well now. We've got our first of our 2 runestones. We've got our water in here, and then we've got our earth here. We've got our cottages, and then we've got our upgraded, which we put a little side building on here. This is our longhouse. And we are working on the next extension. Now, you do get doors on these when you build them. You can come out of this. We've got this part as well, which we're just finishing off at the moment for that to be complete. All right, we've got our next 2 runestones over the back here. So we've got the fire and we've got the air, and these are all working, which means that whilst people are on them, we're going to get these blessings. We've got the fishing hut, and the fishing hut is making some fish oil. So that is everything that we currently need. Oh, and the fish oil, by the way, we can make that if we come to here. We view the tasks. We can add a new task. We've got lots of stuff that we can make here, which is all good so far. All right, so there's nothing else we need to do. That's pretty much everything. We've got our main buildings here, which is stonecutter. We've got a gatherer, and we've got 2 woodcutter huts. So that's the base. We're now going to head out. We're going to go and do the boss on our own. There is absolutely no point in bringing anyone with us because they'll just die on the boss fight. We've got the road now, which we've built as well. So the road takes us up to the outpost. And we are good to go. We've just got this final piece. We've started blowing up the bits that are in our way. We just got to put the stuff in there to finish that off. And we've got an outpost, which we're also in the process of upgrading at the moment. It'll take a little bit of time, but we're getting there. If I just take some of these, I can actually come back here and just put those in here just to get this finished. I just don't have a road maker with me, but that's okay. But that will finish this. So a couple of things that just need tidying up. Overall, though, most of the stuff is now done. There's going to be loads of berry seeds and things like that. We're not collecting berry seeds, so we don't need them. The mine is the other thing as well. We can upgrade that and get the mine upgraded. And that is everything. Everything fully upgraded. We've taken out the things that were bothering us. We have taken out this Droga field, but for some reason it's still showing up. But we're going to head down here to the Stone Jotun Arena. We're going to make sure we've got everything on us that we need. We do. We're good. We've got enough heals on us. Okay. Now we will need to farm 5. We're gonna need to farm 5 Jotun shards to be able to start this on our way. There's a couple of villagers that say they're unhappy. They'll be okay. They'll be okay. There's a little bit of a food issue which we're just fixing, but other than that, all good. So heading over towards the boss, it is a bit of a fight. We want to make sure we're all rested. We need to make sure we've got enough heals on us. We're going to make sure it's got some food on us so we can get a debuff, a buff when we get there. And we're just a few days out from this invasion as well. So we're going to complete the game before the invasion starts. The invasion is just an event. It's not part of the storyline. It happens every year in spring. So there is actually a quest if you go into your gods, into, I think it's either survival or combat. We'll just have a look at that now. I think it's in survival as part 3 maybe. No, it's part 2, look. Survive 3 winters. So surviving 3 winters, which means going through 3 winter invasions, which, by the way, every year, they get progressively harder and harder. Now, we did say completionist was the second part of this. So there is the ability to complete the game with the story mode, which is what we're doing right now. And then you have the ability to complete or do the completionist, which is doing all of the quests. We're now also using a battle axe. We have a tier 3 battle axe as opposed to a sword. If we look at that, we can see the large crude iron battle axe is what we're currently fighting with. It is a 2-handed weapon, which means we cannot have anything else with us like shields or anything like that. They just simply don't work. All right. We're hydrated. We have 5 of these on us, which is all we need. And that will activate the boss. There's obviously a lot more that we can pick up and run around and do later. But for now we're just going to go straight to the boss. So I believe we've done this Droga field. This must be a different one. Yeah, okay, so there's another one here we haven't done yet. We're not going to stop now. We've also upgraded, so we've got our level 3 leather helmet on, our tier 3. We've got a tier 3 fighting shoulder pads on. We've got a thick linen gambeson, and we've got our level 2 boots, gloves, and pants on. It's going to give us the best armor at the moment. Not only should we have this, but all of our soldiers should also have this. We've got a new villager has joined us. That puts us up to 46 villagers. We'll finish that off later to get up to 50. For the invasion, we'll have 50 villagers. And here we are. The final boss. So I just need to head into the middle. There's no heals. There's nothing to help us at this stage. Once we get here, we're on our own. So we're going to prepare. We're going to put everything else away. We're going to make sure we've got our onions. Now, if our onions are this color, we do not get the healing property from them. So you need to make sure they're fresh. Because at the moment, if I do this, I don't get a healing buff from these. So I can eat them, but they don't actually work or do anything. So I am only having 18 onions at the moment. Just to bear that in mind. Right, we're going to deposit all 5 of these, and we're going to summon the boss. Now we're going to let the boss move out of that center area. And get him to move towards us, because in the center area there's a bit of a lip. We actually, because we're melee fighting him, we want him to move this way or any way, but come towards us. I want to kind of get him out of. There we go. So we move out of that area. So the first thing that he does is this. We need to run behind him. And this is where we need to hit him. And you can see, look, we're doing 200 damage every time. When he drops these rock bombs, he can drop them on himself. But we need to hit him on the side here. Make sure we don't get hit by any of this. And at the moment, we're going to keep running around. And we're going to try and hit him on the side like so. And that is all we can do. Now, these things, you can hit these. You do take a few hits. So it will stop after a while. It will drop. They do damage to each other. So nice and easy. I'm going to throw something up. If you do miss, if it says no tool, that's because we've missed him. Just bear that in mind. Trying not to get hit. We'll take a bit of heal just to get over that. We're going to run round again. Sadly, we're not using the right tool there, so even though we've got a couple of hits on. Right, when he does this, we try and bring it under him so it drops down, because it will hurt him. It will hurt him, and it will land, and it will also... It does damage to him when it lands. They're doing a good 220 crit every time we hit him at the moment, which is nice and powerful. And then we're going to come in here and just finish this. So as you can see, getting them down to 50% is quite difficult. It's possible we can do it. But you do just have to be a little bit careful. It does take a little bit of time. It's actually got 2 dropping on us at the moment, which is a bit... Just get them to drop. Out the way of this. Take a little bit more heal. Trying to get dark now. And I think it's best to come kind of at the side when you swing into it like so. Got a good few hits off there. We'll just back off for a minute. He's nearly halfway. Struggling to see a little bit at the moment, so we're going to just move. Alright, good. Good few hits on him there. And as you get into 50%, a little bit challenging at the moment for this one. There we go. So now he's at 50%. Take a couple of heals. He'll get back up. All right. Now he's got no legs. Can still spin around. He can still do stuff, so we still need to get behind him. I'm going to try and drop these on him because they do damage. Oh, he's got a blood moon rising, which is not ideal, but I'm sure everyone in the base can deal with that. Just move into it. Behind him, not in front of him. We've got to try and get him on the elbow here. Trying to get out of his way so he can't swing at us. We will try. But again, it's difficult to get that hit on him. And you want to be careful not to get caught and trapped. Does this. Seems like there's quite a lot going on for the blood moon. Which is unfortunately not there to deal with that, but getting through most of these hills now. There you go, doing some good damage to him. He's almost down. Stay underneath him so that when this drops, it does some damage to him. Got a bit stuck there. It's alright, we're on our last hill. Alright, it's getting close. Just hopefully we can just get this one down on him. And there he is, dead. Dead. We just killed this last guy. And yeah, a bit of work on that, as you can see. It's not the easiest, but you can get it done. Now, obviously, there is a blood moon we want to get back for. At the moment, though, there is nothing else to collect here apart from some stone and some blood, so we'll just do that. Pick those pieces up. There's no special artifact or anything like that. Nothing else we need to pick up here. That is done. So as you look around, as you can see, there's just a few bits here, stones and things like that. But what we can now do, what is different, is if we go into our build menu, we go to magic, we now have the ability to make a stone Jotun temple, which we can build because we built him. So let's head back. Hopefully nobody dies. They're all fighting at the moment, so we'll just let them fight and do their thing. Blood Moon fades. There we go. So we've won the fight. We didn't. So our army have defeated the Blood Moon without us even being there, which is pretty cool. We're a little bit low on health, but we're in a good position where we can get back, and we did that solo. Now, if we brought people with us, they would have just died. There's not, unfortunately, much you can do with the AI helping you in those fights, because the hit points are so finicky, and even we struggle as a player to get those hit points right, which means that the AI are going to really struggle to hit the right hit points, and so they'll just end up running in, dying, and yeah, there's not really much you can do there. So it's just better to go in solo. And I've tried taking archers in, I've tried taking melee in, but you take 3 people in with you, they pretty much die every time. So just go in solo, make sure you got that gear with you. In terms of where I am in stats, you can see there. Now, in terms of melee combat, I was only level 17 at the point of doing this. So if you get up to a higher level of melee combat, you're going to make life easier for yourself. But it's not difficult. It's not difficult. Okay, we're just going to get away from this field. It's just everything has a pattern, and if you understand a pattern, and you can do that. So he has there are 3 moves. If you're at the front of him, he'll swipe at you. So that's his kind of melee move. He'll also raise the ground, so the blue circle that forms around you, just get out of it. And then he'll drop someone on you after a few seconds. So the drop, you've got a little bit of time. And the drop, if you are near him, the drop will hurt him. So the idea is to get him to drop them stone golems on each other or on himself. That keeps on top of them. Go for that hit point. You need to kind of do it on the side of his leg from the back. Hack away in, and the battle axe is the best one to do that with as well. Walls and stuff there. Let's get back. So now we've got 8 days for our invasion. And so that's all we need to do now, is just chill out for the next 8 days. Make sure everything is done. But we've effectively, at this stage, completed the game. I'm going to say that we need to put the stone... we need to build the last stone temple. That will be the final point, but we'll do that now. And if you're building, you might want to have a nice place to build. So maybe have all 4 of the runes in a circle with that one in the middle. Make yourself like a little shrine area. I've just trying to put them down wherever I can get them at the moment. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to build this. Right, we're back now at the cave. Almost back up to full health as well, which is good. And this is why we want those fields of onions, but not allowing them to be cooked. So we can take them with us, but you need to take them fresh. Alright, we'll jump onto the road so that we get our stamina buff, and away we go. I hope this has been useful as a series. We've obviously gone through a lot. In the early days, there was that rush that we did. That initial rush to get us up to the metal tools. But now we're here and we're done. We have blown out this middle section here, which I was hoping, we're going to check this now, will work. But this is a big old statue, so for this to go down and to go into where the willow tree was, we are going to have to clear just a few more things. As you can see here, that's not quite going to fit in here at the moment. Until we clear out a few more of these. So as a result, because of that, for this video, because that's where I kind of like to put it, I wouldn't mind putting it here. Again, I don't think it's going to work. It's a bit too big here. the only place that I'm actually going to be able to get this is outside here. So we're going to stick it just there. Now, in order to get this built, it's going to take quite a bit of work. I'm going to work on terraforming at the moment. So if I come over to the builder's hut. Now, what I can do for the builder's hut is if I can queue tasks, I'm going to have one person on terraforming, and that's going to be their only job. So, for example, here, I'm going to say, I don't want this person to do this, and I don't want this person to do this, which means they're going to go straight on and do terraforming and nothing else. And then they'll do firekeeping and working outside. I want Dangy to do building, and the others to do everything else. So we can work and always have one person doing what they need. So now we've got some terraforming that's going to be happening. We're starting to get these stone lanterns built as well now, which is good. We've got some people that are homeless, so let's just fix them. And we're going to keep bringing more people in as well. We've got loads now in terms of our blood shards. We've got our buffs that are coming through, which is good. We'll line up the next one as well. And the other thing that we can now make is if we go into the cave and we start getting our crawler sacks. Again, we've done this before, but if we start picking up our crawler sacks, we can start crafting these. We need 2 crawler sacks, 1 blood and some rope. Now, we don't have any of that at the moment, so what I'm going to do is just chuck a couple of these in here. I'll make like 4 of those. And then we can start clearing away some of these. But for that, we're going to need the crawler sack, so we can go ahead and do that. That's all built and done now for the barbecue. That's okay. These things are being finished off. This looks like, I don't know what that guy's doing up there, but we're just going to harvest him and get him out of the way. This would be where obviously the fight was. A lot of this fence now getting built up as well, which is good. Getting everything finished off, just ready for that attack. Alright, we're going to go and get some crawler sacks. And now we've just got 8 days. 8 days to just relax, get that temple finished, get all the last little bits done that we need, and get ready for that invasion. Now we know where the portal is, so we know what direction the invasion is coming from. So we can start to prepare for that. As we head in here, as we harvest these, the first thing we're going to get from these is probably just going to be the raw meat. As we come into here, we'll just clear those out, by the way, and get rid of them. These are the sacks. These are the crawler eggs that we want. The crawler eggs are going to give us some resin, and sometimes, if we're lucky, we're going to get some slime. We should get a sack. Not always, but sometimes. We also sometimes get a maggot, which we can use for fishing bait. Slime's good for fertilizer. Now these eggs will respawn. This one's resin, slime, and a maggot. This one not really much at all. Okay. Alright, so we've cleared out this area. We'll head down. Loads more down here. That meat. Again, we're going to keep looking. Okay, not really much in here at the moment. We'll have to keep going. Just meat down here. But that's good. It's good for food. Slime and resin from these at the moment. And we are going to just go through and clear everything out. The fertilizer is good because it's going to help us grow, so that's nice. Full of sack. There we go. We picked one up. Finally got one. Takes a while. But we finally got one. Also got these which we can eat. One more hidden just over here. Now these respawn every season. And remember, we need 2 sacks to do 1 explosion, so we need a lot of sacks. Mostly just slime in here though. Now the cool thing is, once we upgrade this, and we have this as a level 2 mine, they will pick up the sacks themselves and they will deposit them for us. So we don't have to come and do this. This is just what we're doing right now. Cool. Let's keep going deeper. There we go, there's another sack. So that's all I wanted. I just wanted to get to 2 sacks. I've done that now. All of these guys are all dead. There's nothing we need to worry about here. We'll take this meat back. Obviously it's good. And we're at that point at the moment. That's as far as we've got. Now we can trigger explosions to actually break the cave in and have to come back in again. What we'd have to do is we'd have to do this. I can't see it, but I know there was another sack. I just saw it fall out. Oh, it's slime. I'll go pick that up. Alright, let's head back out. So we can actually plant explosions in the cave, and then we can trigger a cave in. And that way we can make more iron available if we need it. There's also another cave we can go to. So there are 2 or 3 caves on the map. But yeah, we need to get this upgrade done. Now this upgrade, as you can see, it needs quite a bit. But once we have this and it's done, it'll be a lot easier for us to... I'm just going to chuck these here because it'll be easier to upgrade with these. I think I've already got some. Yeah, there's already some on the floor there. So the hardwood logs are already here. Just literally pick them up and put them in. That's just one thing then that's sorted and doesn't need to be done. The rest of it obviously needs to be brought up here. This needs to be fixed, but we need the tool for this. But we can go back now and make our explosives. So just going to finish off this last 8 days, and as soon as that's done, that'll be the end of the series. Making sure we've got our next person joining in, not long before that. These can be used for decorations now, so we can go around and redo the bosses. It does look like there was a fight that took place just here. They'll always go for your storage. They'll also go for your Odin. all your valuable items, they'll try and attack that first. Oh. But this guy didn't make it very far, he got to here. The cool thing about these as well is they will start dropping items. Now what we're looking for, specifically the Drogers and the skeletons that will drop these, are anything with a blue background on it. If you see anything that's got a kind of a blue background on it, you want to pick it up. Looking here, as you can see, we've got an absolute abundance of fibers now. All right, let's come in here and we're going to make some of these. Now that we've got this, we can take this over here. We can only do one of these at a time. But we'll place it on whatever part we want, so it doesn't really matter. There's a lot to do. But we'll do, for example, this part here. So we're going to drop it, E to put it down, and then we're going to press R to ignite it. We're going to run away, because it will blow up. Don't need to stand too far back. And that will blow up the bit that's underneath it. As you can see, it took out a decent amount of that. We'll do another one there, take out a few of those. It just takes those out in the area. So now we can build upon that area, which is nice. All right, this foundation is ready. Now, this needs 30 large stones, by the way. 6 steps to this. It's a lot of work. We need 4 hardwood long sticks and 8 normal sticks. So let's work on getting this built. There's also a few other things here that we're building. An outhouse for fertilizer, a beauty pit, the warehouse extension. This is going to be the forester's hut. And then in the back corner here, another hedge tower. So get those built as well. It's getting dark. Let's work on some lights. That needs a couple of large stones as well, so we can get that done. We're going to deposit all of that meat. Good. As for the maggots, that's if we go to tools, we can turn it into maggot bait. Good for some predatory fish. As we're going for rare fish, this one's going to be good. Used to catch carnivorous species of fish who only hunt other fish. Used to catch carnivorous fish. Used to catch common fish. So start with the berries. Obviously red meat bait, fish bait, but then we want maggot bait. And what we need to do to fish is head out to where we can see the fish jumping. If you look around, you can see them over in the distance there. There are some fish jumping in the distance. In order to get to them, we're going to need a boat. There's some fish in here, which are pretty cool. Now we can open up this bait barrel. We can chuck some bait in there. All good. And we need to obviously finish off building this, and this is a huge amount of work that needs doing here, but this is for the boat yard, the boat builder, and then we can build our boats. We can have a dock as well once this is built, and then villagers can store and use boats. So yeah, having that as well is going to be pretty cool. Finishing off this back section down here, getting these parts done, including this gate. We need logs. For these fences, again, we need logs. So lots of stuff that we're still building. We have logs. We have enough. Okay, so what we're missing at the moment is going to be long sticks. We need some hardwood long sticks. So we'll have to bring those in. We've got enough builders though. So we can get builders to focus on that so we don't have to do anything. And if we're looking at the workstations, we're looking at the builders that we've got. We'll have some on a day shift. This one, actually, no, we'll put him on a night shift. So we've got 2 on a night shift. We've got 2 on a day shift. 4 builders in total. So we'll leave them as they are. Everybody else has a day or a night shift. So if you look at someone on default, you know you haven't adjusted them yet. So just looking through all of our shifts. See, there's a default there. And now this is a farm. They've got a farm on a night shift, so we'll put a farm on the day shifts. We're alternating between them. Otherwise, everything else is good. We're alternating day and nights for everybody, so we're as effective as we can possibly be. Everyone's doing their jobs best to their ability. We only have at the moment, we have 3 in the archery range, which is good. But in the barracks, we don't. Now, one of the things that I like to do, totally up to you, but because I want to call people to join my party, I want to be able to access the barracks first. So if I rename this, what I tend to do is call it archery range, but I'll put a little star at the front of it and rename it. And then I'll do the same with the barracks. So here, on the barracks, I'll put a little star in front of it. And the only other thing I need, apart from that, is archery, barracks, and then the builders. So I'll come to the builders hut, and I'll put a little star in front of it. Then if I come into the tab menu, the stars are always going to be front. So archery, then barracks. The builders, unfortunately, the builders hut doesn't matter, which is a shame. It would be nice, because then you got armor smith. So you might want to rename that as clothing or something like that, because then the builders, it's alphabetical order, right? And we're at the main outpost. Now we can go for all if we want to, because it is another person here. And that other person is going to be a different place. So if I wanted to, I could say outpost. And then anyone that was here. Now there's no one there at the moment. They're all in main. But we're good. Walls are not. Okay, so we need to fix the wall issue. That looks like. Oh, the main gate. Okay. And the hedge tower's not connected either, but that's okay. Because you can actually build that into the hedge. But yeah, oh look, main gate, yeah, so obviously where the fight was. There we go, we pick up a blue shield. I'm going to rebuild this. Harvest these guys. Which is good, because when we harvest these guys, we get the stone from them, which we need. 30 large stone, by the way. 30 large stone. And that is only stage 1 of 6. So yes. There's a lot of work needed there. Okay. Now, in terms of how many do we have right now? None. We have no large stones. We are going to have to go out and get them. Which means, stone cutter, we could really do with putting some more people in there, but we also need to make sure we manage them to get large stones rather than small. That has to be the priority. Anytime we pick anything blue up, we're going to come into the blacksmith. And then we're just going to study it. We'll put it in here like so, and we study it. Takes a long time, but we just leave that. So if you consider this as part of completionist, well, that's also going to take a lot of time. You can kind of see the circle going around there. And we'll just let that finish. So whilst that's doing that, let's have a look at where we are at the moment. So we know we're at tier 2 here. Sword breakers. Okay, we've got still 15 of these. We've got do 15 of the rangers. Now, a lot of these are going to come through in the invasion, so we're going to get through a lot of this. The followers, we already know that because we've gone through the spire, the large spire, so we can just keep going back and farming those. So that's good. We'll also get the whites with those as well. So those two are almost done. Droga warriors, we just go to another Droga field and we'll be able to do both of those. And then we can go and do another cemetery and we'll be able to do those. So that's pretty easy. We know that. There's stage 3s as well we need to do. But we haven't unlocked those yet. In terms of survival, right, we're on stage 2. We've got to go and hunt bears. We haven't had a bear yet, so we've got to go and hunt 3 bears. Assign at least 10 villagers as fishermen. We need a lot of fish. So that's something we'll have to do. 10 villagers as hunters. We'll have to really up our hunting game as well to be able to do that. Now, we can just assign them and then de-assign them, so that's fine. Hunt at least 100 smokers. We've only done 20 so far. And survive 3 winters. So Skadi tier 2, quite challenging. In terms of building, we still got to build 20 hedge walls. We're working on that. 4 watchtowers. We've got 2, so we'll build another 2 and then that's done. And then 5 cottages, which we're working on, so we've got to do that as well. In terms of this, we've got to build the rune stones. We've done that. We've got to build 300 structures, which we've done. So there's 2 left here. We know one of them is going to be the stone temple. But yeah, we're working through that. Almost finished tier 3. Getting these pretty cool little rewards, hairstyles and tattoos unlocked by doing that. Crafting. Yep, so crafting, we're now down onto the final stage. There's only 2 tiers here, so just got to go in and craft these. This is just sitting there and just crafting ourselves. It's not the NPCs crafting, we have to do this. So again, just take a little bit of time. We can work through that. Just a bit of grinding. Here on stage 3 for population, we're almost done. We just need to assign at least 4 villagers to towers of any kind. Okay, so we just need to do that. So assign at least 4 villagers to towers of any kind. And then if we do that, we have completed population. Well, the cool thing about that is... Oh. I'm meant to be studying that. The cool thing about that is... Yeah, we're still studying. That's good. Okay, so the cool thing about that is we can go and do that really quickly. That's population done. Food production, we really haven't done much here at all. So we need to go and cook 12 red meat steaks on the barbecue. So we can go, that's easy enough. We can go and do that. That won't take long. We can do that one in a minute. And then knowledge, we need to discover a rare fish. So going out and doing that one. So some of these, a bit challenging. But yeah, we can get them done. There's 7 days to go for the invasion. It's going to take a bit of time. But otherwise, that is it. That's everything we need to do. So what I'm going to do now at this stage is I'm going to pause the video from recording until we've just got 1 day to go. Because this is it. What you're seeing right now is everything. It's just time. You can watch me, but there's not really much else to do at this stage. So I don't want to waste your time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward to 1 day. I'll pause the recording. 14% knowledge now of the shield. That's pretty cool. I'm going to pause the recording and then I'm going to come back when we've got just 1 day to go for this invasion. And hopefully a lot more of this interior stuff then would have been built over the next kind of 6 days. But that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit here now and I'm just going to work through whatever needs to be built. I'm going to help out. We're going to get that done. There's really nothing else we need to do. We could obviously go out and get some more rune stones. And that's not a bad idea because we do need some. We're going to keep bringing people in until we've got 50 people. Doesn't really matter who we bring in. We're bringing a good angler. We've got someone to fish. That's going to be 48. And then we've got... That'll be 49. So we do need one more. And I believe over the back here, because I put them in here for the exploding sacks, take 1 out of there and we're good to go. And that'll be our 50 villagers, which is where I'm going to stop. 50 villagers is enough for me. And that should be more than enough to get this stuff finished. Okay. I will see you in a few days. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I've just updated a bit of the base, and as you can see here, I'm about to put this last stone into stage 1 of this part. So we'll just do this now, and we'll update it so you can see what stage 2 is going to be. 8 large stone, 6 hardwood long sticks, and 12 sticks. So stage 2, a lot easier. I'm just going to go through and do this quickly. We've got 5 days left to the invasion, so I've just been, again, updating things, getting things ready. Some of the villagers are unhappy at the moment. One is homeless. For him to not be homeless, I need to put a new bed in here. And for that to happen, I actually need to finish just updating the last parts of this. I'll go outside. You'll be able to see around the corner here. So this is just the last little bit here, which is going to be nails, wood beams, and thatch. So I'm going to do that and get that bed down, make that person happy. We've got a lot of stuff now that's ready to be harvested, and I've got a lot of stuff here that's starting to grow and pile up. So I want to be able to get to a stage where we can make things like beams. So I'm going to focus on beams because they're important now. So for that, I need to be able to choose what it is I want them to make and how and when I want them to make it. So it's going to be important now to make sure that from a carpentry point of view, I'm going to bring this up to the top. So I want to make sure all the carpentry stuff is at the top. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to assign just one person to carpentry. And they're going to be constantly, like, that's going to be their job and only their job. So in this case, we're going to use Jane. And it's going to be just Jane and no one else. I can do 2 on carpentry. I can do 2 on the other side if I want to. So 1 day, 1 night. So I do, for example, these 2. That'll be their only job. So they will focus on this first, but the other 2 will start on everything else. Now, if the carpentry is done and there's no more carpentry to do, everyone else will start focusing on all of this, which is how I want it to be. So that's good. All right. So with that being updated, we'll leave that as it is. There's 4 people working here. As you can see, quite a lot being done. We need some planks. We need some posts. We need hardwood sticks. Now, the thing with hardwood sticks is we want them before they are turned into anything. Now, here we've got posts, but we haven't actually got any hardwood sticks, meaning we're going to need to come out and just chop these trees down, these birch trees, to grab the sticks before we turn them into anything. Right, so they're starting to run a couple over now. There's a couple more there for them. We'll grab one here as well. And that should be that. We still need some large stones. I'm going to go ahead and get the wood beams and the iron nails now. Just so I can finish off the second part of that building. And the thatch as well. I'm pretty sure I've got the thatch already. So there we go. We'll leave that. And again, just 5 days left for this invasion. So I want to make sure I get that upgraded. So I'm going to go ahead, work on that. And when I'm at the end of stage 2, we'll come back and we'll look at what stage 3 of the Stone Judson Temple is going to require. All right, so we're just finishing off the last part now of stage 2. I'm just going to drop this rock over the edge, pick it up. And we'll move on to stage 3. As you can see now, a lot of stuff is getting finished. We're doing the last part of the fence now, having that upgraded. Couple of final buildings that we just need to do. Everyone is out working, collecting, doing what they need. Now we have more than enough food. The only settlement issue we have is there's one homeless person, and we're just finishing it off now. We need 5 wood beams to complete that. We're going to go and do that next. Here we go. Let's upgrade. This is going to be stage 2 of the Stone Judson Temple. Now on to stage 3. We need another 12 large stones. We need 12 hardwood long sticks and 22 sticks. So the next stage, we're going to continue by working on this. And I will see you shortly. Okay, so we're just about done with stage 3 now, picking up the last of the rocks, which I've got just here. And we'll move over to stage 4. As you can see, still a lot of work to do around the edges here. Only 3 days left now to the invasion. We are pretty much ready. We're just making a couple of beds because our 50th villager doesn't yet have anywhere to live, but the longhouse is now done. Okay, so now we're going to upgrade this, go into stage 4. Stage 4 is just 10 more large stones. We're going to work on that. We're going to add the thatch to this. So as you can see here, we have a single extension on here. We have the double extension on the back, and we're doing another single extension. Because if you do look at the property and you do the add-ons, it tells you at the moment this structure has too many add-ons. So you can do 1 large and 2 singles on a longhouse. Just to give you an idea of how you can make this and what it can look like. All right. We'll carry on, and I will join you in a couple of more days. Okay, so we're just about done. We've taken the cart out this time, and we're just loading it up with the last pieces of stone that we're going to need. Again, this is a grind as we go through this to build this temple. Only 3 days left now until the invasion. We haven't really been doing or focusing on the invasion that much. We're not worried about it. We are still trying to build up our base. But right now, stone is the thing that we need the most of to be able to get this temple finished. So we've got the upgraded cart. We've got 3 of these automatically when we did the market. So we didn't craft the cart individually. We just did the market, the upgraded market. And as a result, we got 3 carts. One of which is running back and forth to the mine. And then the other 2 are not really doing much. I'm just using one of them here. So we'll just run through, get up to the road if we can. Through the base, and then 7 large stones. We've got them here. This holds up to 12 large items now. So whereas the last one held 6, this holds double. And as you can see, once you're on the road, that makes life a lot easier. So we're going to head down to the back gate here. Some of the upgrades now starting to go through, which is nice as well. A lot of these fences all being done. Still haven't done the boatyard yet. Not too worried about that though. Let's just finish this stage 4 of 6. Okay, so we just pick these up, turn it around, supply it. Three to go. And then we'll get on to find out what stage 5 is. I'm not sure if we're going to get this finished in time. We're going to try. $12 stones now for the next stage. So just, as you know, lots of stones. Again, we can keep supplying these, and then we can go out and do the same thing again. Just to try and get this finished off now. The stone workers, we've got 3 of them. They're out as well. They're picking up as many stones as they can. We're doing the same thing. There's not many stones in the area now. The mine is also bringing them down. So we have the 3 stone miners out. We have the mine and ourselves all working to try and finish this at the moment. But we have to go further out each time just to be able to do this. So I'm going to do another run, and then I'll catch you in a moment once I've filled up with some more stone. Okay, so just heading back now. We've just picked up that last load of stone that we're going to need to get onto that final stage. Still 3 days left on the invasion, so we're okay. And once this is done, we're going to turn our attention to just finish off those defences. We have all of our troops. They've been training this whole time. So we have all of our soldiers. We have all of our archers. They're on patrols as well. So all of that's been set up. Okay. And that's it. We're now going on to the final stage, which, as we can see, is going to be 3 large stone. Nice and easy to do that. And 20 iron bars. 20 iron bars is an absolute mission. It's going to take us a long time to get those ready. That's a lot of iron we need to get first and foremost, but also it's a lot of smelting we need to do. And so we're going to go and set that right now. That is going to become the new priority here. So to do that, we're going to craft iron bars and iron bars only, because we're not doing that yet. So here's an iron bar. We're going to ask for 20 of those, which, by the way, is going to require 80 hot iron bloom. We're going to place this on the top as the most important thing for everyone to do. So everyone can be working on this. And again, for that to happen, we're going to need iron. And for iron to happen, we're going to need the mine to carry on. The mine is going to be struggling right now. And so because we're running out of places in the mine to go, we're going to have to start using explosions. And so for that to happen, let's just run. We don't even need to run up, by the way. If we don't want to run up to click on the building, all you need to do is press tab, go to structures. We're going to go to outpost, mine house, and we're going to pin it. We don't have to go there. So now I can see what I need before running up there. I need 3 wood beams. All right, so I can grab the cart and grab these. I need some nails and a wood plank. So nice and easy here. In terms of the beams and the plank. So the plank, I don't think I haven't got a plank here at the moment. I can make one of those. I don't have any beams either at the moment. Okay. I can definitely pick these up and put them up here. So beams and planks as well, we'll just set those. Yep, they're already set. We might have some over here. Let's just see what we've got in storage. Okay, yep, so we've got a plank there. We can take that. So we just need 3 beams now. So we're going to make that beam the focal point. For that to happen, we're going to need some more trees. We're not getting enough of the hardwood trees. They're all shafts, so if we need shafts. No, we need beams. So we need to come chop down some more of these birch trees. Take the long sticks. And these long sticks we need to turn into beams. And we've got enough to do that here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that, grab the nails, and I'm going to head up to the mine to finish that. And I'll join you when I'm up there. Okay, so we just had a blood moon, and I thought I'd share this with you. We're still finishing off the 2 wood beams for the mine, because the upgraded mine is going to allow us to collect sacks, and the sacks we need for explosives. And explosives allow us to reset the mine so that we can mine more ore. So iron ore at the moment is one of the areas we're struggling with, and so that's how we're going to fix that. Looks like we're being attacked. Yep, we are. Okay, going to take these archers out. As you can see, these guys now really no problem at all. Couple of hits. And these guys are down. Right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to harvest them whilst we wait for the next wave to come through. The waves are getting a lot bigger now. We do need to take that into consideration, but this has given us hopefully some of those tier 4 items with blue background on them that we can research. That's really what we're looking for from these now. And also some June blood, which is always welcomed. All right, here comes the next wave. Archer's already kicking off, which is great. I mean, if we can kill the end boss of the game, something like this really isn't going to be a problem. The difficulty with the invasion is going to be the numbers, because they're going to come in so many waves, so many at a time, we could get overwhelmed. So fighting anything individually, not really a problem. If you're fighting a lot at once, could be. So far, all good. We'll get some food, because we're going to need some. Just sitting with a lot of arrows inside us. Got all these pies now that we've made, so that's great. So we can get all our buffs. And so just keep an eye out to see where the next wave comes from. If we're looking at where the portal is, the invasion spawner, there's a portal over here, there's an invasion spawner here. So this is where the winter invasion portal, this is where this current one's coming from. If we head over in this general direction, all right. This is kind of the area where the invasion is going to come from. So if we don't want them to attack our base, if we want to go to them instead, we can do this. And just 2 days left. Oh, it looks like one's got through. That's fine. We're going to let him. Bo's fighting. We've got the militia there. They'll kill. One obviously got through and got to the base. And there we go. Blood Moon is over. 2 days till the invasion. We're not going to get those 19 bars done in time. There's no chance. But for everything else, we'll just we'll carry on, and we'll see you when the invasion starts in just a couple of days. Okay, just going to show you the mine collapse now. So I've got myself an exploding sack that I made at the workbench with a blacksmith. I'm going to come into here to this corridor. So this would normally be a place where we would start up here. Before we get to that stage, this is where the kind of cave pillar is, so it would be around here. So we're just going to drop this on the floor here, and we're going to go ahead and ignite it. And then we are getting out of here. And we're going to wait. Big explosion. Oh, and then we're dead. But that's okay, because we can just reborn ourselves, so that's okay. Now, I haven't shown you this yet, which is why I kind of wanted you to see it before the end. You can respawn as a ghost, or you can be reborn. If we respawn as a ghost, we have 3 minutes at this point as a ghost to be able to find somebody, and we have to harvest them. So in this instance, we're going to find someone like a builder. These builders aren't really doing much, and we're going to press and hold R on the builder, and we will take them. So they don't want to die. But we are now back to exactly where we was with all of our gear, but this person has sadly now died under mysterious circumstances. So what we can now do is bring that person back the same way we normally would. We'd have to come over to here. I'm actually missing one. I think I may have one left. Let me just quickly check. I have to head over to the crafting area. and then I'll be able to pick that up. But it does look like the game unfortunately has just frozen, so I am going to have to do a quick reset. And yeah, then we'll bring that person back to live at the Odin. We'll choose the third option to recover them. And yeah, then we're ready for the invasion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are. We're inside the cave. The game did crash, but I just reloaded it. So as you can see, everything is now caved in. We're back to normal. Everything is good. So we're going to head out now. It's winter. We've got 1 day left now till this invasion starts. So this is the last day. As you can see, we still need 14 iron bars for that that last stage of the temple that we're building. That's going to come. It's going to come after the invasion, though. So the invasion's now, well, coming tomorrow, so we need to just prep. We've done as much as we can do. We've set up as much of the fortifications around the edge as we can. We've got a good fence going all the way around. We've got watchtowers. We've upgraded these village gates. We can, if we wanted to, we can't do anything else with them. These are like level 3 now. We're going to make sure everyone's got arrows. We're going to make sure they're crafted. We're going to make sure everyone is ready to fight. So we're going to check. We've got all the people ready. So here, the town military, we can see we've got 10 people set up there. We know that we've got our fighters and they're all ready. We know it's going to happen tonight. So tonight we're going to put everyone onto kind of the night shift or the day shift for tomorrow, because we know that's when it's going to happen. Apart from that, there's still some poor fences on this side that we didn't upgrade yet. So we're going to see if we can just get a few more of these done today by just selecting them as part of the upgrade. And that should hopefully... I'll just pop on the outside here. Okay, so we need to try and get, if we can, a few of these upgraded. So we'll get the builders to work on those. Everyone says they need arrows. Okay, so we're going to have to make sure we do that. Them arrows. We need to go and eat. Looks like we're waiting on food at the moment. We're going to check over here to see if there's any food being stored. No, not yet. So we're going to have to sort food out. Oh, there's a little bit coming out now. So we'll just... we'll grab that. Forager's pie. We'll eat that now. We've got all of our gear, so that's okay. We've got our weapon. Our weapon's good. All right, we need to make sure we've got our heals. So we can come across and take them from here. There's 10 onions in there. And 10 garlic in there. So that's good. So we've got our heals if we need to heal up. And yeah, the statue, we almost got it finished. Just the last little bit now. And that will happen. That will happen over the course of the next month. We can also, we haven't got a rake for these, but if we grab one, we can just finish that harvest. I assume obviously he's going to be doing this as well. These guys, they need iron blooms, and they've got no space for this. I can take that off their hands. I'm going to dump it on the floor there for now. Same with this guy, just take it out his hands. Wow, yeah, a lot of mess down there. We'll sort that out afterwards. Alright, those fences are being upgraded. This is now done as well. So because we've upgraded this now, we're going to have a lot more in terms of what we can have. The fine linen cape. If we're looking at some of the armor here, so like 500 armor for Huskar's armor. Husker, interesting, because Huskar's my in-game name for Steam, so I'm wondering if that's connected. But if I were just to make a few more leather scraps, a few more cured hide levers, and some iron plates, I could actually craft myself one of these and go from having a 160 armor up to a, what would be amazing, a 500 armor. I'd also need, however, to improve the weaver and the leather maker. I can't improve the weaver and the leather maker until I finish the workshop level 3, and we need some stuff for this. So that's not going to happen just yet, which is okay. Which is okay. We don't need it to happen just yet. Alright. We never actually got the improved barracks finished. Needed a few more things for that, unfortunately. I'm going to just supply this to get this one done. Alright, so that feels like a decent amount of the wall now, at least. These ones are just spikes that we're trying to add onto here. So, you know, we can add the spikes on here. Fortifications all around the corner. So we're going to come kind of 3 out on either side as a starting point. We can go more, but we're gradually upgrading as we go along. So the idea is that we want to cover as much of this as we possibly can, but we should be okay at this stage. A couple of logs. We've got some here, so we can add this log. And we're just going to do a little bit of the work now, just to help upgrade whatever we can, just whilst we're here on this last day. And yeah, ready for this invasion that's coming. I need a long stick. Need to make sure we're getting all of our buffs. And yeah, we've really done as much as we can at this stage. There's not a lot else we can do. Definitely a few more logs and things out here. I've tried to clear away as many of the trees as I can so that we can see the enemy when they approach. We're not kind of blindsided by them. I've done that by trying to take out a fair few of the trees here. Around the front, this part here. We also know that they're going to be coming in this direction. So looking at where the portal is, the portal spawns from there. So they're going to come across this way and they're going to hit this corner here. And this is saying it's not connected because the hedge tower is normally part of this, but we haven't done that. Now, if you look at this, the walls here are 700 in terms of their HP. We're going to have to run all the way around here. And if we look at this hedge tower, this has 1500. So if we were to use this as part of that defense, because it effectively uses too small, so it could have sat on the corner there as too small and then it connects up around it and it acts as that corner defense. I've put it inside the wall, acting as a kind of a secondary layer there. Alright, that's pretty much all we're going to get done. I don't think we can make any ropes at the moment. Nope. So we're just going to go and fight. What I can do here, I can just press tab. Some people are unhappy. One person's suffering. I'll look at that later. Yeah, so we can press tab, go to structures. In the construction site, we can just unpin the ones that we don't want to focus on right now. And it's going to remove those. I'll just leave those two gates up. All right, get some food. So we're going to grab ourselves a couple of pieces of food. But I've got one to eat now and one to save for the battle. In fact, I'll grab one more. So I've got my buffs. I've got my water. I've got everything else I need. And that's it. The winter invasion has started. So I'm just going to dump this stuff off real quick. I need to go and get my team. Go and get them now. I want my guys with me. I need to change them to be 24/7. So we're going to come to here. We're going to grab my barracks. We're going to assign these 3. And we're going to make sure that the barracks are now on full time. Full work. All right, let's go out and fight. Here they come. As you can see, this is quite an invasion. And take some heals. Trying to move out of some of these archers. There's lots of archers here. Okay, get some of the whites out of the way. Alright, that's the first round. And that's only the first round, and they've already broken through here, so we're going to try and rebuild this as quickly as we can. Oh. Okay, we're going to try and get this rebuilt as quickly as possibly can. See a couple of these archers here. I'm going to take these out on the back line there. Good. Can't actually see who else is fighting. There are more coming. Obviously, as it's winter, we've got to make sure we don't get too cold. This guy's trying to get in here, so we're going to have to try and get him out. Alright, going to take some water, get our stamina back up. Okay. That's going to get this bit rebuilt. We also need to rebuild this bit, and I can't actually, there's too many bodies here. There. And then we're going to focus on that to get that rebuilt as well. We're going to wait over here. The next batch is coming, and you can see from this invasion, it's a lot. Now, someone up there is fighting. Oh God, my guys are up there fighting. I need to come. I don't want them to die, so I need to come help them. Alright, and now we can go on to a bit more of the offensive. So we know the portal's there, so we can see it. We can kind of head towards it. We can already see these guys starting to come through. There we go. We're just, that's Gravekeeper. That means we've killed a certain amount of the guys. And the victory, the winter invasion has been repelled. We've done it. That's it. That is it. So, understanding how this works, now we can go and harvest everything. We've got to get through the winter, obviously. So winter being a bit of a difficult time for food. But we got through last year. We do have a lot more people this year. But making sure that we've got everything we need for that. Most important thing to do right now is to take these guys off of full work. So we're going to put them back onto their day shift that they were on before. And then the next thing to do is going to be to remove them from the party so they can go back to their normal work that they were doing. I'm just going to harvest everything here. Next person in my team there, again, removed from party. He can go and sort himself out. And yeah. We now just go back to building the rest of that stone temple. That's the second year through. We go through a final year to do all the last upgrades, the tier 4s, and that will be the year 3 complete. Also here, don't forget, we're going to be able to pick up all of these items so we can go and research them. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the series. I hope you've enjoyed the playthrough. I know I skipped a little bit in today's video, but I didn't want you to just sit there watching me hit trees and logistically move stuff around. It was a bit boring. That's all I've kind of done, is just move stuff around and just done a bit of the work to make sure everything's finished. But overall, yep. Next year's invasion will get harder, so you do need to prepare for it. There's some really good YouTube videos that tell you about how to build moats and how to funnel people into kill tunnels. You might want to consider a double wall, so you can create like an airlock into your base. But yeah, at this point, everyone's going to get stronger as well. So all of our soldiers are going to keep leveling up as well, which means that they'll be getting towards level 50, level 100. I did unfortunately just lose someone they froze to death. That's not ideal. One person's suffering, so I'm going to have to go and deal with that. That's probably because I haven't got any clothes, but I'll sort that out. Everyone's got a home, and so yeah, having a fatality there is a bit of a shame, but we're going to try not to lose anyone over the winter. We'll see if we can get through. Otherwise, we're just going to keep farming. And also, the way that some people can die, I had this before, it could be a pathing issue. Some people actually get trapped when they're pathing. If they're trying to repair something and they can't get over a cliff edge or something, they can sometimes just die because of that as well. There's a lot to harvest here. Good news is we're going to get a lot of stone from this. A lot of other stuff. I need to... Oh, you're still there as well, that's okay. No one else can harvest at the moment, so hunters and that can't do corpses, so we have to do this. They can pick stuff up, but that's about it. No one's suffering at the moment, but they do need more food, so a few people are unhappy that we're not got enough food. So we're going to finish off the farms as well, make sure we've got the farms. Now, because we're in winter, we're going to have to definitely look at what food we're crafting. It's going to be a lot of beetroots. It's going to be a lot of mushrooms. But otherwise, yeah, we're good. Breaking all of these down. And getting through the winter months. So, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing we have left to do to close out this series is to go and finish and complete the Stone Jotun Temple. We are on the last stage of it. We have iron because we collapsed the cave. So all we need to do is just get the workers to focus on making those 20 iron bars that we need. As you can see, a ton of these still. And they only got through one wall, which we did manage to repair. Let me take that shield. So through one wall, I consider that a good win. And no deaths from the battle itself. Also important. Okay. Get a little bit of Jotun blood, which is nice. Got that bow. Pick up those arrows. Again, we'll see lots of weapons and things on the floor. And that is 55 days survived. So to get to the end of the invasion, you're looking at day 55. That is the second winter. It is completely possible to complete the game in this time. I could have done things a little bit more effectively. I think it's possible to do 50 days in game, probably quicker. But yeah, in general, It's felt like it wasn't a difficult playthrough. I don't think we really suffered or struggled anywhere. There wasn't a point where we bottlenecked a little bit in a couple of places, which I think the first time you play this, you go through, and then once you've done it, you kind of get ideas on how you can do it more effectively and have a better base and set things up. And bear in mind, we didn't set up a second base yet. There's always the ability to go and set up another base, set up trade runs, and then you can just keep going through those invasions. Bear attacks in the spring, invasions in the winter, those, and then obviously the blood moons in between. Those are the 3 events that will keep cycling throughout the year, just to keep us busy. Let me check there's no one suffering. Oh, looks like our walls need to be enclosed. Oh, it's just this one here. So, yeah, this just needs a few bits to be able to finish it off. I can actually chuck a few of these bits in here just to help with this. A couple of sticks, that should be easy enough. We should have enough of those here. I'm not sure if I can craft a rope. No, I'm going to have to find... I'll grab a little bit of bark. Yeah, it'll be easy enough to do it from here. Now we are getting cold, so I'm going to have to go inside. We'll just get this rebuilt. Okay, so now the wall is repaired. Oh, so this will be who died, so that's who froze to death. I think they were trying to fix the wall. Yeah, I think that's the issue. It's a pathing issue where they can't get in or out and they get stuck. Which is another reason why I'm trying to just clean up this area here, and we'll leave that there as a sign of respect. Is anyone suffering? No one's suffering now. Okay. There's just a few people unhappy, and they're unhappy because one, they're all crammed into a room, so that's fine. Okay, coming out, mate. And the second one is because they're just not getting all the food that they want. We could have, just before the invasion, also double checked to make sure we had 2 healers on board and they were both working and set to full time as well. We could have made sure everybody was set to full time and inside our towers, the archer towers and everything. We could have made sure. There was a couple of things we could have done just for efficiency. But overall, I think there's one more here. Yep. And then there's that guy inside. I want a guy here as well. And I think that's it. This is a follower. These are guaranteed to give you at least 1. If you do this before, we'll get 2 from him. So should have dropped 2. He did. Nice. All right, let's get inside. The only way we can get in now is through the gate, because we can't jump over anymore. These beautiful big gates that we've got now. We'll heal up, or we'll get warm at the same time. We're not struggling. Everyone should have clothing, so that shouldn't be an issue for winter. And we can start to make warmer clothes and better clothes now as well. But yeah, we'll just harvest this last body. We'll go and finish the temple, and then we're done. If you do this battle and then finish the temple, you'll have all the stone you need to be able to do that. But we're good. Let's go and call back. So now we activate, and we're going to call back Ella, who died, and make sure that happens. Good. So here we go. 14 iron bars. That's all we need. 14 iron bars. Now I believe we should have, there's a lot going on here. We should have some of these already. We do not. I'm sure I can make them. Let's just check. How are we doing in terms of iron? We've got 20 iron and 5 there. We've got so much iron. So we can We can start crafting these and getting them out there. Let's have a look. First thing we're going to do is come around the outside here and we're going to see if we've got any blooms. No ore, no bloom in that one. We do have here, this is all raw. We actually need to come over here and make sure this is done. So, checking the tasks here, that's on 7 to 18, so that should be okay. That's almost full as well. Take those 5 out. Person, the coal storage is full. Yeah, well, we're gonna figure that out now, my friend. In fact, you know what? There we go. That's the 7 that we need there. Take out the coal that we need. Put that in the furnace. We'll go for a little bit more coal just to make sure we've got enough. Right, they're actually going to light that themselves. These guys can't do anything because... Yep, we need more coal. So, right, we know that we have plenty of iron coming through the works. That's good. This is absolutely stacked up full. That's great. We've got a load spare there as well. He's working that right now, so that's great. That means that will come through here. I'm just going to stick these in here as a temporary solution just to keep hold of them. We'll go in here. Now, when we turn this on, this furnace on, it should warm us up. Oh, we need to grab some coal, though. Right, we'll get this turned on and it should warm us up. We'll add some fuel in here, keep this roasty. And then we'll just chuck these in to heat them up. And we're making these iron bars, and they take 4 each. So we need 80 in total, really. These guys can't carry any more wood posts. Okay. Be interesting to know if they get all of them out from what we're crafting at the moment. So I think we're going for 7 here. Yep, so we're looking to get 7. There's an iron hammerhead in the storage there, that's fine. Yep, these guys are cracking on. 13 to go. Everything there's good. Just a case of waiting now, so I'm going to pause the video, we'll wait. Still 2 left, so I think he only got 5 out of that. He only got 5, I think. Let's go, we'll go back 1 more. So we're going to go for 6 to 19 and save that. See if that works. But also, whilst he's doing that, I want to try a 7 myself to see if I can do it. If I get onto the blooms, I get to test it myself and see if it works. I'll use the bellows. Hold on, mate. I got ignited first. That helps. Wait, what's he doing? He's messing about in my furnace. Leave my furnace alone. Okay, got a blizzard coming. Alright, we're up. We'll start cooking now. So just nice and easy, relaxed movements. It does get harder as we go down. Less fuel in there means it's less ability to do this. But I'm hoping, because we're better efficiency as well now, because we upgraded this. That should be fine. I don't know why there's only 6 in there though. I think he took one out again. It's a bit annoying. So yeah, it feels like we're going to do 6 with ease with some spare. So 8 feels like a good number to go for. Yeah, still like 20% left. Because there's 20% left, there's nothing really left to do. It's kind of done. I'm just extinguish now. It's got a little bit of coal left in there as well. So we'll just we'll change this now. We're going to go for 8, 17, and we'll leave that as the as a standard. Right, they're doing that. 12 bars now. That's working through, which is good. Need to be a little bit more efficient with this. Nothing in there. 3 of those in there. We can put those over. Nice. Okay. And then the only thing we have left to do now is to study these. So we're going to crack on until we're down to our last iron bar. I'll just pause the video so you don't have to wait and watch. There's nothing really else for us to do at this stage. As I said, we're just getting through winter at the moment. But there's no real issues here. A few people are unhappy. We can obviously start to fix that now. We can start to improve the accommodation, spread them out between. So if we do our 5 cottages, which we need as part of our quest, we'll complete that quest by doing 5 cottages. Then we'll remove all the cottages and remove them all together, and we'll build long houses. We'll have a couple of long houses. We'll put proper sturdy beds in, and we'll go like 25 people in each long house, and then they'll be a lot happier with that. We can do sections, add some stuff, and all of their happiness will be a lot better as a result. Way that you can do that, just to be able to show you this before we head out, is come up to whatever building it is. So in this case, it's going to be this building. And then you press, as you're close to it, T. And up here, it tells you your comfort. So this is our base. Area desirability. So the fisherman's hut's actually a negative on us. We need to move the fisherman's hut. It's the only negative we've got. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was negative. Everything else we've got is a positive around us. The runestones all give us a positive. We could move the Eye of Odin and bring that closer as well. So you want all of your runestones, your Eye of Odin. They're the big ones. The water wells as well, really good. The cooking houses. Have all of those close to where you live because they give you huge buffs. No real defense points at the moment. That's fine. Yeah, we can see all of our workers as well. So, yeah, that's all good there. All right, we'll be back as soon as those iron bars are crafted. And we'll look to just complete out this game. See you in a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're on the last 2 iron bars, just getting these finished. It has been a grind to get these done. We've had to blow up caves. We've had to break down the walls. Now, when you blow up a cave and the walls reset, the miners won't automatically mine them, so you have to go and mine them yourself. So then they will pick up all of the iron ore, but we spent a lot of time in the caves, blowing up walls, re-knocking them down, getting the iron, just to get to this point right now. We can be on our last 2 iron bars. And as you can see, we're almost through winter. It's taken us the whole of winter to be able to do this. So, we're done. Let's just grab this block. This should hopefully be enough for the last 2. We're going to hit these. We'll rotate them round, get them nice and ready. And we only need 8 here. Because it's 4 per bar. So 8 will finish this off. and then we are complete. There was another blood moon that occurred. I did manage to kill them. It was a lot harder this time, but I got a lot of the blue tiered items. Right, there's 7 there. I'm hoping there's one more in here. There's not. Means I'm going to need one more. Oh, there's one there. Perfect. But I only need one. The final iron bar. Alright, we'll jump onto this. We can make large iron blades as well now, so we can make big swords. Alright, 3 out of 4. There we go. We're ready to go. He's going to do it for us. I have no idea why he's using that hammer though. Not when he has one of these available. There it is. We've got the second bar. Let's go and put it in. Finish off this build. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been emotional. It's been a series. But we are there now. One more hit. One more hit. Ready? Done. Son of Ymir, Odin favours you. That's it. There's nothing we can do to it. There's no upgrades. There's nothing here. Place for great power where villagers study the ways of the gods, trying to harness their strength. Fuels mythical artifacts, it says. But at this stage of the game, that is it. There is nothing else we can do there. Unless we wanted to dismantle it. There are no upgrades. There is nothing else here. We cannot do anything else at this stage. So, that's it. The game is complete, ladies and gentlemen. We have done everything that we needed to do. And if we come back here and look at Odin for building, there is just one that we have not finished yet here, which we need to know what that is. And I don't know what that is. And I'm not going to be able to get that until I complete these 3 here. And that is, I need to do 18 hedges, of which I am at 20 at. I've got to do 20 hedges, of which I'm at 18. So I can just stick those 2 out there. I've got to build another 3 cottages and another 2 watchtowers. But winter is coming to an end. We've made it to the end of year 2. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where our journey ends. So thank you so much for watching this series. I really appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a grind, but I think this is a very good game. There's a few small bugs and a couple of things, but overall, it's very easy to sink. Just in the game alone, 20 to 50 hours. I reckon easily 100 hours into this game. And I know some people will be pushing to do more than that, but yes, you can easily sink 100 hours into this game and you wouldn't regret it if you did it. It's a good game. And so I'm going to just finish off these last 2 watchtowers, do the last few bits here, and then we will get completionist. But I'm not going to do that in this video series. I'm going to leave that for you to explore and for you to enjoy. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, take care. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I will see you in the next series. Take care for now. Thanks for watching.